Hi guys, this is Rihanna with Winter Soul Creates. Today I'm going to be dyeing some roving. I'm over dyeing this roving because I dyed it before and I felt like it didn't really have as much color saturation as I had hoped. Please go away, Sonia. Thank you. And yeah, so anyways, I was gonna dye this in a jar, do a jar dye like I like to do, but we moved a few months ago and I haven't been able to find my jars. I mean, I know where they are, but I can't easily access them. Anyways, making a bit of a mess here, but my plan is to put this, which has been soaking in vinegar and water, into this vinyl guttering that I have here, and then basically create a gradient on a gradient. It already has a bit of a gradient to it, but I want it to have more of one. It looks like this is actually longer than I was thinking it was, so I'm going to have to kind of bunch it up a bit. I have it in a braid because I want to preserve some of the original gradient here. I overall want more color on it. I felt like it didn't have enough color saturation the first time around. So hopefully this works. Hopefully I don't just create a huge mess. And yeah. You can see I have on gloves, and I'm wearing a dust mask, and yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's get started. So I'm gonna basically speckle on from one end to another. So how I have it now, I don't remember what colors I used on this originally, except I think it's probably hazy green or Druid's Grove from Happy Cat right in the middle here, and probably some sea glass or sea foam in these areas. But how I have it now, it's got this purplish gray on one end, goes into a kind of teal, into a lot of green, and then a teal, and then back to the purpley gray. And I'm gonna do orchid, thistle blossom, moonstone, little boy blue, desert green, and seafoam. All of these are from Dharma except for moonstone. These three right here are special edition colors. So you can order those either in large quantities from Dharma's website, or you can order them from someone on Tie-Dye Supplies Marketplace. So I'm just gonna get right in here and go for it. And again, I hope that this works. I'm gonna not use too much dye. I hope. So there's orchid. All these colors are pretty light colors, except orchid. Orchid kind of the deepest out of all of them. Wondering if I should add anything. No, you know what? I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm not going to touch it. If I need to add something later, I always can. Okay. I'll have to wash that spoon off. So now I'm just going to kind of roll this up. This is a total experiment. I've never tried doing this way before, but I'm just going to encase this in plastic wrap here. And it's really, really hot outside right now, and it's going to be really, really hot for at least the next 5 or 6 days. So my hope is that that kind of acts like a solar dye or a steam set. Hopefully this fiber still has enough moisture in it. I mean, it was soaking for a really long time. I don't know, maybe I should turn it over. No, I'm not going to turn it over. You know what? I'm just going to walk away. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of squish it a little bit so that the moisture it has kind of mixes with the dye. This seems to be working. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna leave this, and I'll come back and check on it in a while and see what it's doing, and hopefully it sets itself. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with it if it doesn't. This amount of fiber does fit in my steamer basket, so I could always just roll it up and steam it, I guess. I don't really want to, because then I have to find a spot to put my rice cooker and all of that. But anyways, this is it. You can see. Yeah, hopefully it works out. And I'll see you back, hopefully just for the rinse out. Alright, here's another video that I thought I actually lost the footage for, and it turned out that I didn't. So this is the roving that I dyed back at the end of the summer. It's now late November, and this is going to end up being blended with all this fluff from another video here. So I've got like these 2 bags, and I have 4 more colors, and they're all going to get blended together on a blending board with this. This is what is this? Cheviot, I think? Yeah, that's what it is. And just to recap, it is Orchid, Violet's Breath, Moonstone, Little Boy Blue, Desert Green, and Seafoam. And this was dyed over something that was already dyed. So it was already kind of gray and green and blue, and I dyed over it, which, I mean, isn't going to be a surprise to you because you're watching the video. I'm kind of saying it to remind myself because it's been a lot of months since I did it. But anyways, here it is. You will see this again once it gets blended up and spun. That'll be in another video, probably in 2 different other videos. And so yeah, that's the finished roving here. Oh, the process that I did. So yeah, you saw I put it in the gutter and I wrapped it in plastic. I left it sitting on the barbecue out in the backyard for probably about a week. And it was having a lot of problems. I thought it wasn't taking the color. It actually did end up taking the color really well, but I had to add quite a bit of water to get the color to get the color to take. So I ended up taking a pitcher of water with a bunch of vinegar in it and basically just dousing the whole thing with water and vinegar and leaving it in the sun for a while again for another like day. And then I just rinsed it in the gutter. I like pulled the plastic wrap back and I just poured cool water over it from my pitcher until it ran clear. And then when I washed it later on, no color came out. So I guess it got a good enough rinse from the pitcher in the gutter. And anyways, yeah, that was the process for this. Again, I didn't film that part because I thought that I actually lost the footage of the dyeing of this, and it turned out that I didn't. Another little interesting thing here is just how different these two braids are. They were kind of wound together in the gutter, but you can see that, for instance, this one has a lot more of the orchid. This one has a lot more of the violet's breath. Moonstone is about similar. This one got a lot more of the blue and a lot more of the desert green, and then this one ended up with a lot more of the sea foam here, and then it has the gray at the end. And it does look a little raggedy, I will say, but it still drafts out. And once it's blended, it'll be fine. The ends, though, do look a little bit felted and raggedy. Let me make sure I'm actually on camera. Yeah, I am. You can see when I pull it that it still drafts. It's just a little stiff. But I also pre-draft, and these are going to end up being Rolags, so it's going to be totally fine at the end of the day. And so that's it. Thanks for watching. Toodaloo.